Alright guys, I'm sitting here waiting on my passengers. We're here in Minneapolis, and I am going to talk a little bit. I'm going to upload the chart somewhere on this video, the departure procedure, the Zimbro 7. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions about it and see if you know. But basically, it's got a climb restriction. They need you at 3,000 feet within, I'm not looking at the chart right now, but I believe it's 7 miles from the VOR. Like a 7-mile arc around the VOR. You need to be at 3,000 feet or above 3,000. And I was going to ask you guys what kind of planning you would do to figure out if you're going to be able to meet that climb gradient. You know, obviously I can figure 2 engines, we can easily make that. Single engine I probably can make it too, but I was just gonna see if you guys know what charts you would look at to find out that information and to help you do the math. Basically, it's fairly straightforward, but don't know if you've done it yet. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm gonna stop the video now and we'll resume in the departure, and I'll talk en route once we get going. Alright, good morning. Here's that video I promised you guys. This is the departure out of Minneapolis that I did yesterday, or last night. I wanted to talk to you guys about, obviously we can read the whole approach, or the whole departure procedure, but basically what I wanted to go over is these climb restrictions they've got on this particular chart. If I'm departing runway 12 right, it gives you the initial climb. You're going to climb whatever heading they give you, and you need to cross that radial at or above 3,500 feet. They give you a radial or a DME fix. So right here, I'll zoom in right here. Basically, DME equipped aircraft, you're supposed to be at or above 3,500 within 7 miles. The field elevation is 842 feet. So what we're going to do is figure out how many feet per mile we need to climb, right? So let's go over to our scratch pad. I'm going to clear this. We're going to say that 3,500 feet minus the field elevation of 842 will give you 2658 divided by that 7 miles, so we can figure out how many feet per mile, will give you 379 feet. 714. We'll round that off to 380 feet per nautical mile. So we need to climb at 380 feet per nautical mile. But the equipment in our airplane doesn't give you feet per mile, it gives you feet per minute. So we got to be able to convert that. So the easiest way I found, so here's what I was going to do. We're going to 380 feet. So we're going to go down here on the left hand column, 380 feet. I'm going to draw a line across, about 210. So if I'm climbing out in the M2 at 220 knots or so, I need 1,330 feet per minute, which I can easily do, right, on 2 engines, obviously. If I lost an engine, we might have to think about that. But what I was getting at is, let's say you're in a Bonanza and you're fully loaded, right at gross. Typical cruise climb, what, about 130-ish? But let's say 120. That would give you the benefit of that. This isn't climbing at your VY, your 100 knots, your VY. We're climbing at 120 knots. You're going to need, excuse me, you're going to need 780 feet per minute. You might not be able to do that in your Bonanza, on a warm day and you're hot, So just something to think about. So obviously, if we knew we were going to struggle with that, we could climb at a slower speed, closer to our VY of 100, and we'd only need 600 feet a minute. We can probably do that, right? So, and if not, you'd have to advise them. So anyways, that's all I wanted to have you guys look at. And you just have to make that 3,500 before you got to that 7-mile DME fix off of the VOR. And obviously you'd read the whole approach plate, make sure everything else is what all you're going to do, if it's what you need to do to load it in your particular equipment. So anyways, just thought I'd run that by you guys if you've ever run across that or thought about that, because a lot of departure procedures in our area don't involve climb restrictions, and a lot of you guys don't even get, you know, have to fly departure procedures, but just something to think about. Thanks for watching.